thank you for this opportunity. I have a very tough article to write, including about the real truth, including truth in business, so I'm happy to learn.
As a professor, I thank you for the invitation. Truth in business is a key part of our MBA program. We believe in business ethics, so we welcome your article.
Thank you for inviting me too. As a chartered accountant, I am known as the honest man of business. I will try to live up to it, if just for a little while.
But that was before your consulting, financial creating, tax avoiding, internet, etc. services, Peter.
No comment. I must do my best today. So, you want to discuss the real truth, or rather lack of it, in business. That's a very dangerous subject, but it could be very expensive, exciting.
Yes. Anyway, do managers agree on real truth? Does audit resolve all real truth corruption problems? I have a few quotes to stimulate discussion. Quote 1, in business, I never lie. Quote 2, business managers govern business not for the stakeholders, but for their own benefit and for the benefit of their associates.
I have a very difficult monetary problem. I'm hoping you can resolve my problem.
Well, as a chartered accountant and a professional auditor, I am at your disposal. What is the problem?
Question 1, is there any real truth in business?
Of course. Even in competitive business.
I'm sorry, nobody, no. There is no real truth in business. Not without audit. That is our job.
Are you promoting your services again, Peter? I don't agree. Business is full of good, truthful people who work with each other for years.
Ever check up on them for possible criminal charges?
Well, actually, not specifically, but now you embarrass me, perhaps I should.
Definitely. Want an audit this year?
No thanks. Can't afford your high fees.
Is there any real truth in business? I guess when you state the fact, it is the truth. But when you omit a few things you know, you're not telling lies. It's still the truth. But is it the whole truth?
When omission is purposely practiced, you're not telling the real truth. So things can be a tad confusing.
Well, as CEO of a major company, we believe in truth to support our stakeholders, and we have a very long ethical code for every manager to sign.
An ethical code without external audit is nothing. Would you like us to write you a new ethical code? Harvard Business School did it for Enron, yet they went bankrupt soon afterwards. Is your company passing on too? What has happened?
I feel personally responsible. We forgot to declare £40 million worth of profit from a special China operation 5 years ago. Now you're saying we do have to declare it to the tax authority and the auditor. Shall I resign now?
Not yet.
40 million? Rather large for God.
China has its own business conduct. Cheat a foreigner, but don't ever dare cheat a Chinese.
Well, our Chinese partners said that the money was safe in their bank accounts, that it was all tax-free, need not be declared, but that there was still some risk, so better not report it.
Just my field. Now, there is no real truth in business without external audit. However, we also run consultation and taxation services to resolve impossible international business problems. We are lifesavers.
I hope you are legal.
Of course, to protect ourselves, otherwise we'd be sued for millions.
Well, in my company, we believe in being truthful, taking legal and ethical care of our stakeholders. Of course, we do have competitive secrets. We sometimes get customers excited about very hopeful truth in our marketing campaigns. Our publicity is positive and a bit optimistic. We try to comply with the laws, which tax-wise are often confusing and keep changing, so Only specialists can really understand them.
Real truth without taxation can be very, very expensive.
Here are a few news reports just to encourage you. In Switzerland, a whistleblower of a senior executive fraud is fired straight away and unable to get a job in the country, whereas the guilty senior executive is gently warned to behave better in the future.
So, as you are a humorous reporter, Xavier.
You market your services so well, Peter. I'm almost inclined to buy some, but I shall resist the temptation.
We provide valuable protective services in this corrupt business world, Kathy. There is no truth in business without us.
In your great experience, can you resolve my problem?
Perhaps with a social responsibility audit, we can help you in future to prevent creative bribes, favoritism, fraud, extortion, embezzlement, nepotism, favoritism, abuse of workers, political contributions, etc., etc.
Yes, but what about now? This really does frighten me.
Now we can begin. First question, any corruption involved? In some countries, it's so common for people to cheat all the time at business, it's never even discussed. By contrast, anti-corruption is a very popular topic for discussion, but not for action. Indeed, it's a terrible thing. So, what we try to do is provide various services to ensure that this doesn't happen. We are lifesavers.
Ask a management accountant the question, what is 1 plus 1? What do you think he would say? He would say, how much would you like it to be?
So, as you see, we have a lot to put up with, and we have to be very polite as the honest man of business.
Do you guarantee the validity of your financial reports?
Not exactly. We just compare them to acceptable international standards. Business standards are complex in Europe, but even more complex in Russia, India, China, etc., etc.
No fraud or corruption guaranteed.
Prevented, but not guaranteed. Alas, another illusion in 2014. In some countries, they cheat all the time in business. Just no ethics. Hence the phrase, go along and get along. Survival, not ethics, is the key business management priority today.
News to me.
So, do managers ever agree? We recently published a funny case. A small business owner cheated on his taxes for 20 years. He put all the cash in his wife's name. Result, she runs away with the chief salesman and all the money.
This really does worry me. Business can mean so many different things to different managers. But what about my £40 million problem?
Don't worry, Kathy. I have created a very excellent 1 plus 1 alternative just for you. I'm thinking about it already. Just give me a little time.
Oh, I'm so grateful. What do I need to do exactly?